I love Soneti. We found this sick chalet accommodation I've ever been to. It's perfect mix of luxury and cozy. Honestly, I knew nothing about Georgia at this time. And then when I came here just to open the business, I was really surprised how much I enjoyed the city and the food especially. And then I'm like...
Rene Schwarzgruber is an Austrian entrepreneur,
Breathwork coach,
and co-founder of Really Align.
Having traveled to over 60 countries, he now helps founders and high performers overcome burnout, strengthen relationships, and improve their well-being
through breathwork, coaching, and immersive retreats.
I like this. I want to come back here every year. And then I thought, where's not too far away? That is very beautiful and very different. Georgia.
Guys, we finally managed to get a space where we're going to be doing this live event we've been talking about. Imagine whatever you've been watching all this time, you're going to have a chance to experience that in live. Maybe half of our guests are going to be here present. You will have a chance to ask them questions. And just generally speaking, it's going to be a sick experience. The space is absolutely fabulous. It's going to be in the Publica by Art House on Rustaveli. And this is your chance to see us in person and see some of your favorite guests as well.
Yeah, I guess the only things that's left is you can see the ticket link in description. And even if you won't be able to do that, you can have the live experience and ask questions online. So that is
exactly.
First big thing that's happening to Imported Opinions.
In the collaboration with Tbilisi Arts. And I forgot to mention that besides the live podcast experience, there's going to be live art, live painting, like artists are going to be here and it's going to be a sick event. And afterwards, there's going to be live DJ and it's basically a great opportunity to get an access to this community that we're building together with your help, basically. So see you in 25th of July. I hope you can make it. And if not, you can always watch our live stream. Quick reminder that the event is called Up Culture and it's going to be in 25th and the link is in the description. Now enjoy the episode.
We're ready.
See you next time. Welcome back to Imported Opinions. No drinks today. We try to keep it sober. But we have first Austrian guest in our show, which is great. He's not a painter though, so don't be worried. He's pretty cool. And he'll tell us about himself and his business and what he's doing here. And Rezi is going to introduce him.
Yeah, so Levan, fortunately or unfortunately, we don't drink today, like you said. So we're just going to keep it sober. Today's guest
keep it in check, I guess.
is originally from Austria, an entrepreneur, coach, also retreat facilitator in Svaneti. Plus is a co-founder of Really Align, a company that helps people to keep away from a burnout through breathwork, if I'm correct.
I think I need your help.
We will be talking about that as well. Has been to more than 60 countries, which is almost third of all countries. And lots of other things. Also did the Nightlife business. But then he exited it. So yeah, these are some of the things that we'll try to understand why, how it happened. Right now resides in Tbilisi. Welcome to Imported Opinions, Rene. It's good to have you here.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome,
you.
Rene. Welcome, Rene. You can say hi to our audience.
Yes, hello guys. Super happy to be here. I was just randomly scrolling through Instagram when I saw the guys and 2 weeks later I'm sitting here looking forward to...
That's how we do it, man.
Yeah, looking forward to dive into all different topics, talk a little bit about cultural stuff. I always enjoyed it and yeah, let's see where it gets us.
Yeah. There you go. Finally, I didn't have to remind someone. Excellent, bro. Thank you for that.
Nice. Who were you, Rene, before all of this entrepreneurial stuff? For example, 15 years ago, who was Rene?
I was thinking about this today and I thought actually my life, I feel like I had 3 different lives. It was like part 1, growing up in a small town in Austria, playing semi-professional football till I was 25, worked in a bank, wearing a suit every day. Then met a girl from Norway, moved to Norway, and
Oh,
that
that's
was
how you went there. Okay.
yeah,
I
that was
see.
kind of the start of my international career, because I always, like in my hometown, nobody ever left Austria. It's like everybody does the same, stays there. It's a beautiful place.
Oh, it's one of those towns that people
Yes.
just stick around. Is it in the Alps or in the mountains or somewhere?
Very close. Yeah, we live in a big lake, and it actually borders on Germany, Switzerland, and Austria.
Oh,
The same lake.
nice.
Yeah. So it's like 10 minutes.
I see why people don't leave that place.
Yeah, 10 minutes by car to Germany, 10 minutes to Switzerland. So yeah, it's super nice. I love to go there for a holiday, visit my parents. But to live, it's not really for me, because it was kind of like everybody just told me, "What are you doing? How can you leave? You should stay here. Here everything is good. Here you have a safe job," like all of these things. But I always wanted to leave. I think when I was 6 years old, my mom told me every day I woke up, first thing I did was going on the TV, checking the weather from all places around the world. And I knew all capitals, all weather. And I didn't really know what it was, but I always had this bug inside me, I think, to just see the world.
Yeah.
And the Norwegian girlfriend was my excuse to leave. Because before also my parents were kind of like, no, you should stay here, keep working and educate yourself. But yeah, then I got out, and when I moved to Norway, I worked as a bartender because I couldn't speak the language. Not only as a bartender, also my first job was actually shoveling snows from the roofs, because it was really, really cold and a lot of snow. So it just totally changed my life path. And then 6 months later, I started my first business, which is called Life is a Beach Party.
Life is a what?
Life is a beach party.
Beach party.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Beach, not bitch.
You're not the first person to say that. But yeah, that's a beach party.
Yeah,
No, because
my
both of
mind
them
works
align.
different.
Lie, you could say in both ways. So what was that?
That was basically us fulfilling our dream of endless summer, wanting to always travel, being around people, meeting people from all over the world, bringing them together, party,
But that was in
carefree
Norway,
life.
in the very cold place.
Yeah, I was sitting in Norway. It actually happened because I knew from my football team, Austrians and Germans, we would go to Mallorca, we would go to Bulgaria for a party holiday. And then when I moved to Norway, I realized, they go to totally different places. There's other fun places as well. So we started to go there, and there was only Norwegians and Swedish, which was, of course, interesting for the young guys to meet Swedish and Norwegian girls, back in the day.
Interesting. Right?
Yeah, that's how that happened. And then we actually became the biggest provider for Norwegian graduation trips.
Who's got the best women in Scandinavia? Is the Swedes, or is it Norwegian girls are better? Or just
Very hard to say.
Okay.
It's between Sweden and Norway, yeah. If you count Denmark and Finland as well.
Aren't they too tall though?
No,
No?
they're not. I think the guys are really tall, but never noticed.
All right, guys.
Never noticed with the women.
But you're from Austria, and people are tall there too, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not such a big difference. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. So that's how your fun time started, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And this time I had to work like 3 months a year. I was in Greece, where we had a bar and we did boat parties and pub crawls. And basically the summer was Saturday every night. And then the rest of the year I worked online, and I just explored all kinds of countries, lived in many different countries. Until then, one day I realized I've had enough of this, and then totally changed course, and now running a personal development company and stopped drinking. So, yeah.
Well, wait. I mean, it usually
that
doesn't
explains
happen
why we are not sitting
just
with the
like
wine,
that.
guys.
Usually there's a story specifically why people stop that. Do you have like a story about that? Or we can't believe that you just woke up and now I need to stop. There's no way.
No, so I always thought I'm living the dream and I'm doing exactly what I want to do, and it was really fun. But what I know now, looking back, I was also doing a lot of things I didn't want to do. I was an extreme people pleaser, meaning I couldn't say no. I was trying to be always happy, and I was like, basically I had to be this person. Everybody knew me, Renee, the guy who organizes those trips. And everybody wants to have fun. So I had to be in a good mood all the time. I had to make sure everybody's happy all the time.
You did not like the expectations of you, like from the...
In the start, I liked it. I liked the attention as well. But one day, I was so exhausted more and more. I looked terrible after every summer, like really, and I felt bad as well. And then as I got a bit older, I was already in my 30s.
It wasn't genuine
to catch
at all? It wasn't genuine So it was kind of like a fake, or
Well, at the time, I didn't think so. Now looking back, I think parts of it was, yeah. Like there was definitely a part of me who loved that and who was that, but that was not all of me. But the other parts of me I couldn't show because I had to always be like this.
Yeah.
And all my friends kind of like also were created in that environment. So if I would ever say I don't want to party, then I would not have the tap on the shoulders and the connection and, you know, great party.
I see what you mean. It sounds like it's an extreme in the nightlife industry or in hospitality, but what you're describing is basically every job. You know, you have to play this game, you have to be on the mood, like you have to play the character, I guess. And I see how that can be exhausting, honestly.
it's good you explain it in such manner, because I mean, for our audience, many might think that that's the life they want to live.
Yeah.
And when I'm hearing you, that was my dream too when I was younger. Since it didn't work out for you, maybe
I did it for more than 10 years, so I definitely had a fair share of good times. And I don't want to say it was all bad. Of course, I also loved it. It was great, and I got to experience a lot of things and many funny stories and crazy things. But just one day I realized.
Want to share any of those?
I knew.
I've heard that a lot of shit happens on the boat trips. Like that's what I heard. Very isolated places.
just hopefully it's in just memory and not on camera.
Yeah, I hope you're not in any of those files. Like
No. But you know, it was just like I also felt really responsible. Then suddenly I was a bit older. Then you have 18-year-olds, 1,000 of them coming, first time without their parents, and in Norway, especially, they are not allowed hard alcohol.
What do you mean they're not allowed?
It's just hard.
It's very strict there. So they until they're 18, they will just get beer.
Until 18. Okay, gotcha.
Beer and wine. Yeah, and then they get there and it's like all breaks loose, and then every day some people had to go to the hospital. Too much alcohol, falling off tables, breaking their hands, and I was always worried somebody's gonna die one day. Like honestly, and I felt responsible for that. You know,
course.
and that was a lot of pressure. I was like so personally connected to them. They all back in the day they had me on Facebook. I would get 100, 250 DMs from different Norwegians a day asking if I know where's the toilet paper, like stuff like this, you know. And I'm like, ask the hotel, you know. And then at 3, 4 in the morning, I would get random calls from a drunk girl saying, Renee, I don't know where I am. Can you pick me up in Norwegian? I speak Norwegian. And like just stuff like this happened all the time. I was basically not sleeping for 1 week and just glad when it was over and everybody's wife.
Was it paying off though?
In the beginning, it wasn't, because also we were too nice. Like just the prices low because I didn't want anybody to complain. But there was the breaking point. After this one summer, I thought I'm not going to do this anymore, and just doubled the prices, and nobody complained. And it was just like, and from then on.
So you already had the real good community, well,
yeah.
around you, like very, very loyal customers.
Yeah.
Right.
And just lots of stuff.
Oh, okay, but I guess that did not help, right? That you still decided to quit.
Yes, it was just too much pressure, and also the fun that it gave me for a long time, like getting the attention, being the man in the center of attention, meeting different people from all over the world all the time. It kind of lost its appeal. It's kind of like I've done it for 10 years, and then all the upsides that made me accept the pressure and the downsides suddenly were not there anymore. And then this was much stronger, and I'm like, okay, this is not worth it for me anymore. And then slowly things started to change.
How did you find the new thrill in your life after this nightlife industry?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough.
The new thrill. Actually, I would say it's very different now. It's coming back to the basics. I can much more enjoy the simple things. Before, it always needed to be the bigger party, the other next exciting country, like highlight.
High, right?
Yeah. And then basically through the breathwork and everything coming back, actually I can just sit in the garden, enjoy a coffee and enjoy that. And then I would say it was going more from hunting pleasure to create more meaning. And I think that's maybe a natural path of life. I'm 41 now, so I guess, I'm not 20 anymore, you know, so things change.
I'll be very honest with you. Like, I'm not a big believer in this breathing techniques. And, you know, I know that a lot of people are kind of into that nowadays, and it's growing.
Just never done with a good facilitator.
I've never done with any facilitator. It's just, very unfaithful man in that regard. Although like a lot of people suggested to me specifically like customized to me because like they feel like I need this thing. Obviously I need a way to kind of handle the stress.
But you've never even tried.
What about you?
No, I've never
Never
tried,
tried?
but I do believe. Is it? That's what I want to ask. I mean, can you explain to our audience specifically what is that? Is it similar to holistic?
Holotropic.
Holotropic. Sorry, breathing. Or
And is it also like that's related to one of those detachment techniques and stuff? Meditation kind of thing.
because one of our friend is doing holotropic breathing,
loves
and he enjoys that.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, I want to say I love people like you the most who say I don't believe in it, because I was exactly like you.
But don't take it personally. I
No,
don't believe
no.
in much. Like generally speaking, I'm one of those customers that it's really hard to convince
Yeah.
in that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I was you. Like my co-founder from the business that we have now, I think 1 year he was constantly telling me that I have to try it, because he was in Bali at the time in COVID. He was
Yeah.
locked up there. Not locked up in prison, but like couldn't leave the island. And he started doing it, and he just constantly kept telling me about his experiences.
But sounds like he didn't have a choice because he was stuck there. Right?
Yeah. Kind
I
of.
think something like that needs to happen with me. Otherwise, I'm not gonna try it.
Second COVID, yeah.
Could be.
Yeah,
keep
so,
going.
Yeah,
please.
so basically he was just telling me all about it all the time, and I was really like, in general, working on myself. Like, why do I need this? I was very dismissive of all of that. But then he had a really tough breakup. Like the circumstances of the breakup were really bad, and just the way he handled it, I thought, how did you do that? Because I knew him from before as well, and I was like, and he's like, this stuff really helps me to stay grounded and not
Are we
get
allowed to go into details? Because like specificity is always more thrilling. Like what kind of breakup it was, and why was it so surprising for you?
So basically,
to
is he
kind
gonna
of, to
be-
add a little bit of spice to it.
yeah. So short story is he was really in love with this girl, and then they broke up on not the best terms, let's say, and he was very heartbroken, and then found out next week that she's already dating another guy who was like 2 meters tall, a pack of muscles.
I think that should be
Really?
illegal.
It was
like a
like
physical
he sent
upgrade.
me a picture of the guy, and I thought, that is the worst nightmare. Like rich, tall, extremely muscular. Like he's like, I felt like she just exchanged before a much better version of me at the time, you know.
Oh man, does it
then-
feel like that? I never actually
Dating
it's-
so soon should be illegal. That's my thought, really.
No, becoming public so soon that's gonna hurt because
That's
that gives you the understanding that something might have been going on before, right? That's usually the tell, I guess. Like I don't want to make any accusations or something.
It's
but-
always about women. It's always about that, man.
Basically, the next week he was hosting an event around Breathwork, and she was bringing the guy. She came there and
Wait,
brought the guy.
they were going to the same
Yeah, and he was hosting it, and she knew that, and she was just bringing the other guy, and I'm like,
That
oh
makes
my
no
god.
sense.
And he was like, yeah. I said, yeah, man, all the best. Gave him a hug at the end and left. And I'm like,
Wow.
that was the moment where I thought, okay, I need to try this breathwork thing, because
Something like that. I think I've heard from Luca before, right? Like he was saying, does it have to do a lot with removing your ego and fighting yourself and your intentions and all sorts of?
I think there we would go more into psychedelic world, ayahuasca, mushrooms, and stuff like this. I would say,
yeah. I mean I've heard that one too. I mean,
Yeah.
is that a next level of the
Yeah.
shit? Oh, so that these all the stuff is connected. So there are just levels. What kind of help
well,
you need.
you won't find a book where they say those are the levels, but I, from my personal experience, would say breathwork is, I mean, you can look at it very scientifically. It's nervous system regulation. You can, your breath is communicating with your nervous system. Like that's proven. That's not like spiritual or woohoo. If you
Yeah.
breathe very heavily, quickly, it tells your nervous system there's danger.
Yeah,
if you
I
run,
think that's the way to explain to someone like me,
Yeah.
because when they mention the word spirituality, then you lost me like
Yeah, yeah.
way back.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
you
get
keep
it.
going.
I was like this. So yeah, basically, if a tiger runs in here now and we are all afraid, your breath will be like
Yeah,
something like this. And if you go to sleep,
Adrenaline.
hopefully slow breath into your stomach. And that's like different breathing patterns. And we work with that, and we work with the body as well. So holotropic, for example, it's just breathing to create a high, basically, and it can feel really good. But for somebody who is anxious, for example, it can actually be the opposite, because
Yeah, that's me.
they are
Oh,
breathing themselves into telling the
Panic
body,
attack.
telling the body there's like stress basically by quickly breathing. And without proper regulation, that can have the opposite effect. Somebody who's really steady, they can feel like, wow, I feel super high and it feels great. So that's my job as a facilitator, to talk to the person, figure out where they're at, and then what dosage basically of breath I apply, and also where the blockage is in the body. Like I can see if somebody's breathing, you can't breathe in your stomach properly or your chest, and we're removing those blocks. So-
Would it be accurate to presume that the drugs, recreational drugs, work the same way on the personalities you described? Like more anxious you are, lower dosage you need to take because it speeds up your breathing.
You mean
and
like
stuff?
mushrooms?
No, now I'm thinking about like more like club drugs, for example.
Okay.
You know,
I appreciate you thinking I'm an expert on that as well. This I
well,
don't know.
nightlife industry, man.
No, it was actually an alcohol island. It was
Oh,
very.
got it.
It was not like Mykonos or Ibiza where there's drugs everywhere. It was really.
Yeah, call it alcohol, whatever you want. Just
Yeah.
Okay, I guess the question does not apply in that case. Okay, going back. So what we're saying, breathing techniques work very differently on different kind of personalities, which is something I can relate to. Go ahead. I want to hear more about it.
wait. I mean, that's why I mean it could be really tricky. So shouldn't it be like trained professional for that?
Yeah, I had quite long, extensive education. And for example, we also don't do online breathwork sessions. Like there's very simple breathing techniques you can find on YouTube. Wim Hof, maybe some people have heard about him, this Dutch guy who makes swims in the ice and stuff, has all these world
Cold
records.
plunges and
No, I mean, who gives out these certificates?
There's not a regulated market. Like, you can have a breathwork school and you give them a certificate.
That's
why
why
I mean,
it
how
looks so edgy,
could
like,
someone actually trust you that you are the professional?
it all comes down to reputation.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a reputation, and I speak to them, and it's my job to make them trust me. I never had anybody ask me for a certificate, honestly.
I think the reason why I have still up to this date bad impression of this kind of therapies is I was unlucky enough to get a very bad cold approach from someone who was just pitching me so incorrectly that he was just trying too hard to make me believe that this is something that I should go. And
What are you talking about?
this holotropic breathing stuff. Like how many years since it's a thing in Georgia?
Who was pitching it to you?
Somebody just called me because I clicked on some Facebook stuff, and they do this cold approaches, right? And then they were trying to convert me, and
But again,
From
you've
that
never
day,
tried.
That's true,
actually,
that's
I'm,
true,
I'm
yeah.
curious.
Try it once.
What's your kind of blockage towards it? Are you afraid you lose your ambition, or
not at all.
become
Like, it's
spiritual?
not that. That's the thing. Like nothing like that, man. I actually, I really enjoyed this. Somebody was explaining me about this detachment thing. Is that the same? Am I mixing up different terms? I don't know if it was. It was somehow connected to breathing techniques, like when they go to place, like no phones, detoxation, basically, and kind of trying to look at yourself from the like other side. I don't know what's the right phrasing for it. And you kind of stay in this uncomfortable position, like that was one of the things, but you kind of learn to deal with that. And it kind of sounded interesting. I considered doing that. Yeah, but it's not the breathing stuff, right?
No,
I
no.
guess, I'm mixing things up,
my
I guess.
technique, you lay down comfortably and close your eyes, and it's like 60 minutes. And a session can go in all different directions. Like, also, where do I want to lead it to? My part of how I do it.
Is it a group session or is it an individual session?
At retreats, we do groups, but I like the most work one-on-one with people, because there's also coaching included. Basically, I have a conversation with the person for 1 hour, ask lots of questions. By now, I got really good at reading patterns and understanding psychology, and then basically seeing why this person is stressed, talking to them why they're stressed, what could be the underlying stress factors for this person. And then based on that, I will adjust how I have the session, what music I use, what I say to them during the session. And I say, in the worst case scenario, you come out after 1 hour and you feel super relaxed. You feel super, just your body is so calm.
Is it a conversational therapy, like besides breathing?
No, I don't call it therapy. I just have very intentional conversations with the people and try to give them some clarity, and it just works,
And now that you described the situation, I believe I had this once, but it wasn't the classic breathing stuff. It was kind of a meditation, and the university stuff. It was just part of the course where they take you to this beautiful nature, whatever, and then you guys sit down like this. They make you close your eyes. They tell you when to breathe. I remember it wasn't bad. It was all right. But yeah, I wasn't like. I don't think I'm very good at following the instructions in that kind of environment. You know. Yeah, that has been my experience. I wouldn't even remember this if you didn't say how it works. Yeah.
Just one distinction I want to make, because before you ask about meditation, for me meditation never worked. Like I thought, everybody talks about it, it's relaxing, but I couldn't. I was way too impatient, and my mind was just going.
That's
so
exactly
I'm like 2 minutes. No, forget about it. And with the breathwork, it's different because I got a job to do. I have to breathe a certain way, so I was focusing on that, and boop, suddenly I was in. You know,
okay,
I was
it's
like rational
way
mind
more
shutting
intentional,
off.
right?
In the start you focus, but then after 5 or 10 minutes, suddenly your body continues to breathe in that rhythm, and then the rational mind goes to sleep, basically.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's like kind of reminds me when running in the beginning is tough, but then once you're in the state, then it goes naturally.
And it can be a very emotional experience as well. Like
this conversation was gonna be about something different.
But no.
Well, we can switch
you got
topics.
me interested. I might just consider doing that
So
one
are
day.
this type of retreats?
I would love to do a session with you guys, and because I just know that you have a good experience.
We need it.
If you
No, I'm not saying you need it. I know that you will have a positive experience, whatever that looks like. But it's for sure you're not going to walk out and say.
What makes you think that? Like.
Because I've done it with 300-400
It's good pitch. Wait, if you're going to take us to Svaneti for that, we are okay.
That's one more reason.
And that's what I
it,
wanted to ask. So during the retreats in Svaneti, that's what you were doing with the groups?
Yeah, it's one of our locations.
What are your thoughts about Svaneti?
Yeah, it's amazing. So it's funny because we founded a company in Germany. Most of our clients are German entrepreneurs, too stressed, working a lot, and then we said, okay, let's do retreats, mix of coaching and breathwork, networking for the guys. They're all kind of in a similar kind of lifestyle. And then I said, but I also want to connect it with bringing people to a place they have never been, or most people have never been. Beautiful nature, and really get out of their everyday life. And then I thought, where's not too far away? That is very beautiful and very different. And I thought, Georgia. I was here 2017 for the first time because randomly a guy said I should open a business here because I don't have a home. I was basically traveling a lot and I didn't really have a home base. So obviously nice business structure here and very low bureaucracy. Like I was blown away how quickly I had my bank account, credit cards, business set up. Like
that's something a lot of our
so
guests
many
are
good
saying,
points in just one sentence.
Compared to Austria, then it's a disaster.
Don't even start. But that was why I came here. Honestly, I knew nothing about Georgia at this time. It was like, okay, let's see. I remember Austria played Georgia sometimes in football when I was a kid. And I remember they played in Tiflis, as we say in German. Yeah. And that's all I knew. And then when I came here just to open the business, I was really surprised how much I enjoyed the city and the food especially. And then I'm like, I like this. I want to come back here every year, have my meetings with the accountant and stuff, but also stay for a few weeks or something. And that's how my connection to Georgia first started. And then when we started the retreats, I reached out to some people I knew here. I said, what's the most beautiful place in Georgia for a retreat? And then Svaneti kept coming up.
I wish we've been there once.
But you haven't been there.
Yeah, it's such a shame, honestly. Yeah. I was just going to ask, so are your clients mostly internationals, or do you work with a lot of Georgians too?
Unfortunately, no Georgians yet, because I just moved here. I did a session with one.
So you were doing the sessions here, but for the internationals, like you were bringing people here in Svaneti and those places.
Yes. I also do a lot of online work, not the breath work, but the coaching. It's more about relationships, dating. But the retreats are in Georgia. In September, we're going to have one in Kazakhstan, and in winter we always have events in Bali. So these are our three main hubs, basically. Yeah. Again, I love Soneti. We found this sick, chalet. It's apparently, they told us the Georgian president built it in 2012 or something for himself. But then it was sold, and now some hotel chain has it. Wow. And it's like my favorite accommodation I've ever been to. Like it's perfect mix of luxury and cozy.
Nice, man.
Amazing view in Mestia,
I don't know.
What is the next session there?
It was supposed to be in June, but we had to cancel it because our collaborator, her mom, got a diagnosis, and now she needs to take care of her mom. And now we maybe will do it in September. I still have to talk to her, and if not, we will have 2 next year again.
Where can our audience find you? if they want to
I guess
session.
Instagram would be easy. Rene.Schwarzgruber. It's a very
Yeah,
easy
we'll
name,
drop
I know.
the link, guys.
Alright.
I was just thinking, yeah, there are a lot of Georgian guys that are into that kind of breathing business, like big names too. One of them was actually our client. He was doing podcasts here. I don't know if you know any locals. Levan Ramishvili, his name. Really cool guy. Although, yeah, he mixes these things, with the other stuff that I told you. It's not just breathing stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Where are we going
Okay.
from here?
From here, we are going after lived or traveled to 60 countries. What's the most important
basically
thing
this-
when you're choosing where do you want to be?
Breathing is sold.
Yeah,
So just
I mean,
You mean about traveling?
you want to be at least somewhere, finally. So how
Yeah, where
do
do
you
you
choose?
settle
What's the
down?
most important thing after being in so many countries? When
you
you're
mean for
choosing a
me,
place,
Where I want to live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you based right now here? I mean,
Yeah, I'm here. We're kind of having a test run with I'm getting married on Saturday in Georgia, by the way.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
getting
We had no
Also,
idea.
also very easy bureaucracy, like super easy.
Nice. Congrats, man.
To
That sounds
is
like an
it
exciting time.
Georgian or
Interesting situation.
Is
She
it Norwegian?
no, her whole family is Ukrainian, but she was born in Russia and has a Russian passport. So it's
okay.
quite
Wow, that's a
complicated.
mix.
Yeah, I know, and it was also interesting here because we didn't know how it's going to be with the history and Russian people here. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to comment it, but very ugly situation around the world. So what are you gonna do? You can run away from it. Our previous guests, previous guests, I don't know how to say it in English. He also had Ukrainian wife. That's I believe has a lot of Russian relatives, and that's usually the case. Like they're just bombing each other's cousins and stuff. Yeah. In any case, congrats. It sounds like a very exciting time for you.
that's a news for us as well. So congratulations.
Yeah, you didn't text us.
how did I come to that now? What did we talk about?
I don't remember. Oh yeah, where you want to settle down?
But yeah,
Oh,
yes.
is that actually coming from when you lived in Kiev?
No.
okay.
We met in Bali. She moved to Bali when the war started,
Yeah.
basically the next day, and that's where we met.
At what time were you living in Ukraine?
Ukraine I started going there a few months every year when I was working online. I was moving around.
Was
a
that
bit.
after Norway or
In the
just
middle of
trying
it, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Wow, yeah. But I think first time I was there 2015 in Kiev and then moved there. Actually, when COVID started, I arrived in Ukraine 2 hours before the borders closed, like the airports
wow.
closed.
Okay.
So yeah, and I was in Kiev this whole time during COVID, and that's
Yeah, it's probably not the best time to be there, but
it was very good.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, it was much better than Europe.
Yeah, I heard. I heard that they were still doing some stuff even in the lockdown. It was they were not following the rules very strictly. Yeah, not at all, right?
No.
So I heard it correctly. I like to ask these questions to everyone who has been in the east side of the Europe and the west side. What are your thoughts? The big differences. Where do you prefer?
I always, for some reason, loved Eastern Europe. I loved Poland. I had a job there once where I was responsible for Poland, and I was in all the Polish cities. Loved living in Kiev. Love it here.
How is it different from Western Europe besides the migration and stuff?
I think it's several things. For one, I grew up in Central Europe, and I was always drawn to experiencing new things. And also, one thing that is different, probably also because immigration, is when you go to a major city in the UK, in Germany, Vienna, if you're in the center of the city, you don't really know in which country you are if you look at the people.
Yeah.
Because there's people from everywhere. If you
Very
come to Georgia,
international.
you see Georgians. If you go to Ukraine, you see Ukrainians. If you go, even in Poland, it's more like this. And I love it because I love to talk to the people how they live. I want to see how they live. I want to try
the
their
actual
food.
locals, right?
Yeah, it's like for me coming to Eastern Europe, I'm actually in another country that feels different and that has their own culture. And I really enjoy that as a travel experience and also to live. Find it always an easy way to connect with people from other countries. In general, curious. And I love to ask people questions.
Yeah.
How do you do this? How do you live? So for me, I was always more drawn to something that I didn't grow up in. And I would say, yeah, that's a big difference.
Makes perfect sense.
that's a good answer. Yeah.
How about the social aspect of the Southern Norwegian cultures and maybe in Ukraine and here? I was still very curious. You went there with your girlfriend, but it sounds like you guys were leaving this country pretty frequently to do these boat trips and stuff.
No. I wasn't together with the Norwegian girlfriend very long.
Oh,
Actually,
okay. It was just a reason to get away from
yeah.
Austria.
No, honestly, we broke up after 6 months, and I stayed for 3 years. So.
Oh, okay.
And I never moved back to Austria. So that was kind of like, yeah. I thanked her a few years later. I said, it was really cool that we met, even though it didn't last that long in the end. But it was my start to my new
you
life.
helped me leave my country. It sounds like when people from Muslim countries are trying to escape, you're making Austria sound really, really bad, man.
I did really want to leave.
I'm assuming it was boredom. Like that has to be it, right? I mean, because it sounds like it was a beautiful place, but it was just too boring. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just was always different, and I was criticized for it. And then suddenly, when I moved to other countries, I was met with curiosity. Like, oh, cool, what are you doing? Why you want to do that? Oh, that's so nice. Rather than, why the fuck are you doing this? You shouldn't do this,
It depends on a person, yeah. Someone's boredom is someone's dream.
Yeah, and many people love it there. Like, it's a great quality of life. It's beautiful. And sometimes I visit my parents, and I see people I went to school with when I was 6, and they still live in the same street, coming out of the same supermarket.
Nothing ever changes, right?
And yeah, it's...
I believe we started this conversation from where did you want to settle, and now we know that you're getting married. But are you guys gonna be staying here?
It was about what's the most important thing to choose
After
seeing so many.
So it's
things.
not just the alcohol. We just do this thing, right? I mean, we're chaotic. I mean. Well, at least we know now. Yeah. Take whichever question you want, man.
Okay, actually, this is a topic that I have been talking to a lot of the guys recently. So I obviously lived this life, being in Bali, being here, being there. And many of the entrepreneurs I work with, they're also pretty flexible. They can choose where they want to live. And now it sounds really stupid, but a luxury problem of now you have all the options, and they start to say, well, in Bali, this is great, but the traffic. And here... yeah, you don't have the same quality of gyms, and I'm like, guys, are you actually aware of on what level we are nagging here, and there's like such a high baseline of what you're used to, and then you try to find the perfect place, but it doesn't exist because there's pros and cons to everything.
I love these comparisons, honestly, and especially when we start talking about these hubs, expat hubs, and like a lot of our previous guests had the similar points more or less. It's always a trade-off. Like for example, that Daniel, Australian guy, had the point where Bali offers this, but also the air quality is really bad, and now like it's what you prioritize basically. And there was a lot of talks with Ben about Thailand, how it used to be a good destination, but nowadays the rules are becoming way more strict.
Yeah, legal situation you have to consider as well.
Yeah, but he also made a prediction that Georgia was going to get there pretty soon, and it's already starting to happen. Like, that's what I heard. I think, like, he had, there are a couple of rules coming into game. Yeah, you should keep an eye on this.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, it's really of your personal preferences, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but like for me, what's important is that it's safe, comfortable, that I have a good quality of life, good gym is important for me. Like just some nice sports opportunities, good value for money.
That's very true.
I still like that because life is getting expensive everywhere. And now when you want to have a family and so on, I don't want to go back on my lifestyle, once you have lived a certain way. So if you go to Berlin now, you pay €7 for a coffee in some places, it's crazy. And and too many taxes there as well, right? Yeah. It's a lot, yeah. And at the end of the day, my assistant asked me, I think 2 months ago, because she's also starting to travel around, and she asked me a similar question, like, where in the world are you the most happy? This might sound cliche, but I literally mean it. I said, what I realized now, and I never used to believe it, I thought there's the perfect place, but what I realize now, it's mostly about my internal state, because I can sit in Bali with a coconut, the most beautiful sunset, and everything's perfect. And if I feel anxious inside or something is really bothering me, I can't enjoy any of it. That's why, again, I love breathwork, because it really brings me in that good state where I can be happy with a rather simple life. Doesn't mean that I don't want some nice things sometimes, but I don't necessarily need it to feel good. And that's like kind of the opposite to who I was before and how it is now.
That's good promotion, that's good advertisement.
What a lot of gurus are saying about the internal state and how it's more important than the outside forces and the outside motivations. yeah, something we kind of see the logic in, but again, it's hard to get into that state when you actually try.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, unless
Of
you get the
course.
professional help
Yeah.
from Rene.
And by the way, don't get me wrong, I still want to be successful. I still like to
Yeah,
stay in a nice
materialistic
hotel.
stuff, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
The
it's
comfort,
not
yeah.
like the source of happiness. you
Oh,
know?
I see where you're going. That's probably the reason why you asked me that. If I thought that it would change me, like it would,
Yeah.
kind of get me rid of from my ambition. Like that was not a thing. It was mostly about. I think I found it challenging to find the value in the long term because the way I look at these things. And that goes for the gym culture and the general discipline. I feel like if I do this thing, then I need to commit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm gonna commit. I don't see that in the long term. And if I try it out as an experience, then it's just an experience. I might as well just be doing some other experience. It's like I'm one of those guys that either jump in with both feet or not do it at all. For me that sounds like a lifestyle more.
Yeah.
Or
I get-
is it not?
Well, first of all, I would say if you had a really great experience, why wouldn't you commit? If you feel really good about it.
I don't know, actually. I had a lot of good experiences that I did not commit to. For example, it's one of those things where you thinking twice before going to gym, but you never actually regret once you went there because it was good. When you pushed hard, it started to pay off. But again, I'm finding it difficult to get that to get that in my schedule, in my daily regularness. It's just, I believe it comes down to priorities, discipline, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it never happened. I know it's important. I want to do it, but yeah, always there's something else to do always.
And sometimes people start doing it once the pain gets too big. Pain meaning the anxiety or the stress, or if the health or the sleep starts deteriorating, then they're like, okay, now I need to do something.
That's something I'm very optimistic about. So it means that I'm not hitting that upper limits, right?
Yeah. And I mean about it being a lifestyle, like I'm going to be honest, I also sometimes with the breathing, I'm not as disciplined and then I feel it. And the sessions that I do, I would say they actually do have long-term impact because we work also with underlying breathing patterns. I don't want to go into the science of it now, but it does have a long-term impact and it has a huge, for me and for many of people I worked with, a huge personal development effect on understanding yourself better, your triggers and all of this, and navigating them better. I was a very flawed young man with a lot of triggers, ego issues, and you name it. And it just helped me so much. My relationships are so much better. I'm less triggered. I'm less overthinking. So these are things that I got, I would say, after my 5 months in Bali when I did it a lot, like this particular technique. And nobody can take that away from me. But when I go back in hustle mode and I don't do my breathing exercises, of course, my body can again feel like it's in a stress state.
Yeah.
And
so how do you balance it?
and for that you have like the simple daily breathing techniques. It can be 5 minutes, and I do that not every day, but I do it whenever I feel something, either if I'm too tired, I have no energy, or if I just feel like something triggered me a bit and I go into a negative thought spiral. I just take 5 minutes and I'm back. And it's easy.
I can give you an example. That's something that touched us really badly, like the whole nation, I believe. One day ago, our beloved champion lost in the UFC the first match.
I watched it.
I had no idea that I was going to take this so hard, man. Like, I'm not even such a way fan of the UFC to begin with.
That was the first time I was seriously crying.
I don't know why we connected so badly, but like the way when he got punched, like it felt like I was the one getting these punches. Yeah. It's just we did not realize how much of a pride we take in this guy. He's representing this small nation of ours. He's a beast. He's a monster. This mentality monster that you believe that you always expect him to deliver. And that one time, and it was not just about the delivery. It was like his eyes were off that day. Like he looked very sad. Then he was beat up, and then it was just very sad thing to watch. And those dark emotions followed us we're still in that state, to be honest. And that was like a very recent case. That's why I'm bringing this up. And when you have that strange feeling in your stomach that doesn't go away,
that's exactly.
I guess where that breathing techniques come in, right? But what is that when you actually want to feel that? You kind of how
when
do I
you want to
explain this?
go back to that?
No, like you feel like an obligation to feel bad for someone. I don't even know how to describe it, you know.
So in some weird way, enjoying feeling bad.
You can
Yeah,
just turn on some
Is it like
sad
feeling
songs.
pity for yourself or something? Like, well, what is that? I don't really know, but I know that, you know, at some point I wanted to get back into dark mode to just kind of experience. I don't even know what that
How
is.
strongly do you feel emotions in general?
Oh,
Why
very
would you
strong.
ask that?
I'm very
That was-
curious.
that
Like
was
this is.
no, you're just frightening me now.
Don't be
that
scared,
much?
my man. I don't know. Yeah, how strong I feel. Yeah, very strong. Like very emotional person, I would call myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
and very not very impulsive as I used to be before, but in a classic way, I would be an impulsive person. Would
Yeah, you
classify-
are impulsive person.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it got better over the years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like if you have a, what would it tell you? as
I
a
don't presume you do that to
you mean?
let people go to the bad stages or.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because that's sometimes the path to feeling lighter.
It's like
like-
coping mechanism kind of thing.
Oh.
Okay, so this is it. As I said, it really depends on the person. It's my job to understand what they need. But sometimes people have like chronic just feeling off and don't know why. Let's say somebody's father passed away 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they never fully really grieved that and always distracted themselves, pushed it away, whatever. It can be anything. It can be scrolling too much, eating too much, alcohol too
They
much.
haven't dealt with it, basically.
Yeah,
And so
not-
you're finding the root cause?
Exactly, finding the root cause. And there's many books about this, that emotions are stored in the body. And I don't know if that gets too woohoo now for you, but I actually, since I'm doing breathwork, I can tell when something is in my body and when I need to cry, for example. And it can be physical without story in my head. I can feel physically that my body is contracted, and no matter what good things happen, I just have this heavy weight in my body. And I can lay down, breathe myself for 5 or 10 minutes, cry for 2 minutes, and I feel so much better. Because it's kind of, it can be, some people experience it here in the stomach, some people here in the chest. You might notice how your breathing changes when you're stressed, that you suddenly constantly try to get more air in. This is all connected. Like the nervous system is basically dictating how you think and feel. And you can actively work with that. And people in the breathwork sessions, sometimes it sounds funny if you've never done it. First of all, the most common thing people say to me if they do it for the first time, after the session they stand up and say, how is it possible with just breathing? I never thought it was possible. That's the first thing. And the second thing is it can, some really weird things can happen. Like people come out of the session and say, I completely re-experienced something I had totally forgotten from when I was 10 years old with my grandfather doing this and that. And I was kind of like being grateful for everything he has done for me. And
And that's when I guess it starts to go to next level where the shrooms and stuff come in, I guess, right?
yeah, it's still different. I would say breathwork, it's more an emotional experience. And I think when you go into psychedelics, it's more like hard to put into words experience. Sometimes I don't know if you have ever.
No, I've never done it.
No, okay.
You tried that too?
I did, and it's actually in Germany. I would say the vast majority of entrepreneurs have already been to some mushroom retreat in the Netherlands or something. It's pretty...
Because they're so stressed in general?
Well. No, I wouldn't say that the mushroom retreat is not really people go to because they're stressed. That's more like, I would say they're very curious to see what's there because they've heard other people talk about it.
Okay.
And if you look at the United States, Canada, they're legalizing it now for like, I think people who are terminally ill, they give them mushrooms.
Oh,
and so I think their fear of death
kind
decreases.
of antidepressant kind of thing.
Yeah, and like takes away anxiety of death and stuff. So it's more, I would say, an experience you can't really put into words, but I would say it has definitely been also a big part of me being who I am today. So I can only talk very positively about it, but I did it.
You do not recommend it for everyone?
Well, no, not to everyone, but also I did it very responsibly. I personally cannot understand people who go to a festival and just chuck in mushrooms. Like for me, this is highly irresponsible. I would never do that.
Yeah.
For me, it was always facilitated in a nature, and it helped me a lot, understand myself better, have amazing experience, and it's not something you do every week. You know, it's like once every couple of years.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense. If you put it like that, yeah, then I guess we agree.
It sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, again, I was expecting this conversation to go in a different
it's
way, but yeah, this
interesting,
is very
yeah.
interesting. It's just
And
flowing.
plus, technically, we touched all the, all the topics from here to
The
there.
thing
how
is,
you
yeah,
came here.
we used to do this way more often. You know, this kind of would invite a professional, and you know, I would organically challenge them or just make them demonstrate in real life.
yeah.
And you know, it would always drive kind of interesting conversation. Although I can tell you that it's sometimes it's hard for the audience to follow, you know, that kind of relationship, because right now I'm feeling it. You know, we're discussing something, I'm bringing up stuff from my personal experience, and you know, we're not explaining everything in high level of detail, so it's kind of hard to follow. But yeah, but it's still cool. You know, I love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to cover it quickly because I know we don't have like 4 hours. We're not.
Oh, you don't have 4 hours because you want to watch a Portuguese game, which already started, my man. But
Actually,
we have no limits on time, to be honest.
yeah. Can I just add something to the mushroom thing, because I think it's important, because I don't know how people view this sort of thing, and I grew up in Austria thinking everything that is considered any kind of drug is bad. I never touched anything before I was 30, you know, like the mushrooms, and it was the first thing that I've ever done, and I was very much against it. I thought only people who are messed up touch drugs, and learning more about it. The reason I did it in the first place was because there were two people who were really respected, who had their life together, who were really smart, and they explained it to me in a way that I'm like, oh, maybe I was told the wrong thing about this. And then being in Mexico, for example, where there's a culture where it's part of the culture, where the grandmothers cook tea and say this is medicine, and I look at how those people live, how kind they are to each other. I thought we have some things to learn from them. It doesn't mean I want to live like this, but I can at least take a piece of their culture and integrate it for me in a way that helps me.
A very nice way to put it. Actually, I believe we think the same.
Yeah, I think it's not about what you say; it's about how you say it and how it is delivered specifically.
We're also a generation that was strictly told that, you know, all sorts of drugs are bad, especially in the Soviet era. You know, like it all comes down to what access you have to the information. Who is this actual person who will explain this in a way that you had this guidance, right? All of us who ever tried something risky, you know, with the classic understanding, it would be along with someone you trust. Like, that's usually the experience. Yeah, you shouldn't do it every week. It shouldn't be your lifestyle. That's something we agree on. But it's also understandable why people bring up their children telling that every drug is bad, because for most people it is. You know?
And doing these sorts of substances in an uncontrolled way in a too high dose like mushrooms, it can freak you out. Like, again, I would never, everybody who asks me, hey, would you recommend me to do it, that first talk about why they want to do it and how they should do it, and not just like whatever, I'm home alone.
Does it have any permanent damage to your, I don't know, condition, whatever?
So
if you get a little bit of overdose.
I'm not an expert on mushrooms, but what I do know is it's the most. There's like a list, and it's actually non-toxic, so it can't do anything to your body. I think Joe Rogan once said he loves mushrooms. I don't know if you have heard him talk about it.
Oh, he says a lot of things, man.
But he says mushrooms will never kill you, but they surely make you believe they will kill you. So if you're on a bad trip, you actually think you're gonna die, but it's physically not dangerous. I think the only thing that could be dangerous.
I've experienced before.
The only thing that could be dangerous if you are in a wrong place and you freak out and you run onto the street and the car, you know, something like this.
Got it. Yeah,
but it's not like actually physically
someone,
hurting you. It doesn't do anything to your body.
But hallucinations, basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I also didn't think we were talking so much about mushrooms today.
Well, we still don't know where you want to settle. Maybe a few words about that.
True. Yeah.
Where do you want to live with your wife?
So basically, we are trying
Georgia right now. Questions.
Okay, so you guys see yourself in foreseeable future here if things go right.
So it's one option. We're here until September at least. I have to go to Bali in winter because we have 2 retreats there. So it's kind of like. We're also open to a hybrid option, be in winter in Bali, where I always have the retreats, and it's amazing to be there in winter.
Do you work mostly B2B or just clients from every company, everyone, like no?
Mostly it's the founders of companies. But
So it's like
it's actually
designed for entrepreneurs.
it's just happened to be our target audience because our initial investor had sold a 300 million euro company. He became
Well done for
our
him,
first client, and then he said, "Guys, we need this in Berlin." Basically, I know so many guys who are having similar personal issues than I have, and it has helped me so much. And they will trust me because I am, a business guy that they respect, and they don't think I'm like. So
Nice.
he basically opened the door for us, and many people were
So
skeptical.
kind of you got lucky.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
good connection, man.
That was like the kickoff of it all.
Great.
And, so because of this, it's mostly entrepreneurs. It's quite high ticket, the retreats. But I also have like a personal practice where I do breathwork and coaching. And that's all sorts of people. And I also do that online, as I said, mostly around relationships.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, like I told you, when you start explaining something so well, then it clicks. But again, now I'm more convinced that I had just bad salesman on the phone. It's something I'm kind of saving, honestly. Like you're saving the good TV show or something because you're interested, but okay, it's there. It's gonna be
Maybe
there
after
forever.
40, you're gonna try.
Yeah, if I'm gonna hit that fucking limit where I'm, the anxiety cannot go away, then I won't have any other option, right? Then I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough choice to make for sure.
I don't know what to ask anymore.
Wow, we covered everything, man, and the Portuguese game is already. Oh, but here's a good question. How come an Austrian man is a big fan of Mr. Cristiano? How did that happen?
Yeah, I was working in the sports bar in Norway, and I remember the first time I saw him play for Manchester United. He just did all these crazy tricks and put on a show, and I just thought
it goes that back. So you're the real fan.
Yeah.
From
And I
the
thought
Man
this
United
guy,
fan.
it's crazy, and it was really entertaining, and I just loved that he had the balls to just show up there as an 18-year-old and do these things, and then I don't know, I was hooked from that moment.
Okay. What about
And
Messi?
then the career got only
So
better.
Messi,
doing hat trick.
yeah, it's funny because my dad loves Messi almost as much as me, I think, and I'm Ronaldo, so we have always kind of had this thing, and
Yeah.
obviously I think Messi is amazing as well, but I always
Oh,
root for
so
Ronaldo.
you think that he's better, Ronaldo, with the career and everything?
I mean, if you look at natural talent, I think
there's
Messi.
that's the problem. I mean, there's no longer a debate because he fucking, you can.
But I think Ronaldo is way more entertaining. Like Messi just always walks through in the same way, and Ronaldo has like.
No, that's one way to put it. Like there's an argument. There's like the same exact argument, honestly, because he is a bowler and he's just a scorer. Yeah, it's all about perspectives, right?
It's interesting.
They're
why,
both
why, why
goats.
do some people love Liverpool and some love Manchester United?
Does anybody love Manchester United? Maybe though. I lived in Manchester.
Maybe we should.
I love to
just
tease
go
my
ahead and
British
watch
friends there.
the game.
Yeah, I guess that's time. We should do that. The 41-year-old guy who won't give up, and we appreciate that. But as Jamie Carragher said, just live football before football leaves you. And bro, I mean, he's so bad lately. Like it just hurts watching him. Ronaldo. I mean,
still scored the most goals in the league there, though. I think.
Yeah, in Saudi, I bet I can score if you give me like solid 3 matches to prepare in Saudi league. I'll do one tap in.
There's a real Messi fan here. I'm surprised you still invited
not
me.
at all. I'm a
podcast.
neutral guy.
No, you're
I'm
not.
I'm an AC Milan fan, so you can roast me all day. My team sucks for the last 20 years, I believe.
Final word about that, because you just said AC Milan. Yesterday, I watched the documentary of Istanbul when Liverpool came back from 3-0 against Milan. So.
Oh, okay. So bringing up the trauma, I see he's just hunting for the client, man. I had the feeling that's what he's doing.
Yeah, you just need to breathe, okay, man? Just breathe.
Yeah, that memory still hasn't gone away, man. Like for real, it's a childhood trauma.
When we do a breathwork session, I'm going to put on the commentary from that game.
I really feel in a strange way right now, because I remember it was in this house. Back then I was watching with my grandfather, the one who gifted me this house. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it was a disaster. I think I cried that night too. Fucking hell. All right, thank you for bringing up my traumas, guys. You see, we invite exceptional guests week in and week out. Subscribe, like Rene. He's gonna be here until September, I believe. So if you want to book him, does it happen though? Like, can they book you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
Sure.
all right, sounds great. Okay, our cameraman has already started watching it. He's
happened?
also a big
Again,
Ronaldo fan.
Did he score?
No, I don't think he scored. He doesn't really understand English. Gaitana, Turk. He scored? Gaitana? João Neves. All right. Yeah, this midfield of Portugal is crazy, man.
Nice.
All right. Cheers, guys. Subscribe, like, whatever. Bye-bye. Let's go watch some World Cup.
Nice.
That was amazing.